Usually on a Sunday, we start with a weekly summary. This week, I decided to do something different. I want us to dive in and look at September. How is September going to perform, at least statistically? What do we expect? No, I didn't time travel. I have no idea how the end of September might look like. But there's very conflicting statistics that might frighten you, but on the other hand, might surprise you and provide you more information. Are you ready to dive into the numbers, the real statistics, because they might be very surprising? Are you ready for it? Let's go! Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thank you for coming and joining our channel. And if you're an existing viewer, thank you for coming back. I'm Micha Stocks from our channel called Stock Talk with Micha Stocks, where we just surpassed 2K subscribers. So thanks, or thank you if you are an existing subscriber. If you're a new subscriber, drop that subscribe button. And if you can click notifications, you'll be able to get notified every time I upload a new video. And of course, smash that like button if you enjoy the content. Let's start with kind of a preliminary explanation. Why did I decide to do this video? Well, August wasn't a good month. The major averages ended on the red. The NASDAQ was down 1.38. The S&P was down 1.5%. Dow Jones down 2.5%. And the Russell down 4.65%. The big question is how is September going to perform? When you look at the regular statistics from 1990 all the way to 2023, this is from Bespoke, their website. The statistic for September shows that September, on a statistical way or average, is red. It's supposed to be down 0.12%. Why? Because the best performing sector will be energy, or at least the statistics shows that it's supposed to be energy. After that, financials, healthcare, a bit of telecommunication services, and utilities. All the rest should be red, at least statistically. But as we all know, this year is a bit different. We're coming into September with the NASDAQ. You know what, let me go to a better way of presenting this. This might show you the numbers better. Yes, here you go. The NASDAQ up 41% year to date, including dividend and everything. S&P up 17.6%. Russell up 10.17%, and Dow Jones up 5%. So we are going into September, although August was a down month. You can see it here. We're going into September pretty strong. Actually, you can see this is beginning of August. This is how we ended August. So we already V-shaped ourselves during August. So we're starting September in a different situation, in a situation where we're coming very strong. Why is that important? Because when we look at the statistic, it doesn't really show us good years, bad years, years that we came with momentum, years that we didn't come with momentum. There's a saying that the first 5 days of a year usually predict how the first month would be and then predict how the whole year would be. First 5 days of 2023 were green. January was green. And of course, this means that the year might be green. But what about September? Here we go. When we look at Fundstrat using Bloomberg data, they're also thinking that something is a bit different this year. We are coming into September where the S&P year to date is above 15%. We saw 17%. The number of years since 1950, they're expanding the way they run the math, that we came into September with above 15% gain on the S&P accounts only for 7 years since 1950. It's so rare what happened thus far. But when that happens, these were the returns of September. In 1954, September was up 8.3%, 1955 up 1.1%, 63 was 3.3, 75 was down 4, 5.3, and 1.7. So the average is 2.7, the median 3.3, and we have an 86% win ratio. Let me look back. Shows we're supposed to be red, minus 0.12. But this says, wait a second, something is different. If you take it even one step further, says Fundstrat that September to year end, the average gain is between 7.9 and 8.7%. And if we just compare the 86%, in this case, all these years were all positive. We're learning something very interesting here. We're learning that when you come with momentum into September, that momentum helps you in a month that's supposed to be a down month. Now, a disclaimer, everything and anything that you see on this video and on the channel as a whole is only for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. You should do your own due diligence and, of course, talk to your own financial advisor. Entertainment also. Okay, let's go back to the charts. So according to the statistics that Fundstrat brings, we should be positive in September. One thing that is holding the market actually was presented September 1st. That's the job openings. Why? Because everyone is counting on a harsh Fed. The Fed meeting is supposed to be the third week of September. And in theory, they're supposed to raise rates. But the labor market is softening. It's still a solid labor market, but it's softening. We've seen inflation coming down. We're seeing unemployment ticking a bit up. Yes, the Fed wants unemployment to go a bit higher. It doesn't want to create a huge unemployment problem, but he does want the labor market to soften a bit. Okay, then what is the conclusion? The conclusion, at least according to Fundstrat, is the bottom line is that they see the S&P 500 gaining 2 to 3% in September, pushing back to the highs of 4,600. Let's go back to the charts and let's see what are the highs of the 4,600. Let me hide all my drawings here. We have closed September 1st at 45.15. The high was around 4,600 midday. You can see here the dotted line. So we have 2 to 3% going up to 4,600. If you put on the tabs, you can see 4,600 according to Fundstrat. Let's go back to Bespoke. Bespoke also did the same measurements, but they counted a bit different. They counted only from 1990. And instead of going 15% and above for the S&P, they expanded it and said, you know what, let's just take up years of 10% year to date. There were 10 years like that. But just like Fundstrat, Bespoke comes with a result. Bespoke, the same Bespoke that says, guys, we are going to have a red month, at least if we look at all the years and we don't strip out the ones that we came in strong. And according to this, when you come in strong year to date, you get a positive return in September versus less than 10% if you come in weaker, where September is actually weak, down 1.55%. You can see the different sectors. If you come in strong, all the sectors are green versus a year when you come in weak, most of the sectors are red except telecommunication services and utilities. Let's take it one step further. How is the year going to end? Okay, so wait, before that. So September, according to the general statistics, is going to be red. But when you come in with all the strength, it might be green. Now, let's dive in and see how the rest of the year would look, or at least the last 4 months of the year. Remember, we came in strong. Again, the same 10 years, when you come in up 10% year to date, S&P might result, at least statistically, with another 8.7% gain. Financials might outperform. Healthcare might outperform mainly because of renewals of healthcare plans. And technology might outperform. Even consumer discretionary. When you come in weak, then yes, there is the end of the year effect, but you're weak. There is one other thing that we need to mention before we kind of conclude here. And this is the positioning that most of, let's call them the big financial institutes came into the year. They came into the year underinvested in equities, overinvested in bonds. Bonds did what bonds do. Nothing special around that, or money market funds. But when you put your money in cash and only in money market funds, then you did not enjoy the gains of the year. Now we are starting September. Till you're seeing this video, there was one trading day during September. It means that there are 4 months to catch up with the S&P. S&P did 17%, money market fund gave 4 to 6%. Company bonds or corporate bonds gave 6 to 8%. You're still underperforming. You have 4 months. Whether the chase is going to happen in September, whether there's going to be a chase or not, that's question number one. Let's assume there will be a chase for gains, because otherwise, how will you explain to your paying customers why you underperformed in a dramatic way the major averages? If there's going to be a chase, it might start September, because September ends Q3. If there's going to be a chase the rest of the year, then we saw the statistics. When you come in strong, you have to, at least statistically, you continue to be strong. Now, does that mean that equities might have to go up? No, of course not. There might be some external event that might drop everything. But according to what we've seen so far, at least what we've seen so far with the math or the average or the statistics, September might surprise everyone. That's why I decided to do this video instead of a regular weekly, because maybe you might take decisions, again, according to your risk tolerance, that take under consideration this very interesting statistics. I was Micha Stocks. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button. Next week, we'll come back to the weekly summary and talk about the news. Till next time, thank you very much. Bye-bye.